Scenes and experience gameplay in an intuitive storytelling environment, meticulously designed to amplify cinematic immersion within the theater of the mind. Craft your worlds beyond words. Immerse yourself and your players in your creations with lore-rich articles. Fully mechanized NPCs, and pre-made player characters. Effortlessly stream your tales directly from Alchemy, while onlookers cheer for your heroes on perilous paths of adventure. Discover a universe of immersive story worlds like never before, with unforgettable adventures ready to be had at the touch of a button. Breathe new life into your stories by harnessing the power of the Alchemy platform.
What is up, everybody? We'll be starting creature creation here in just about 5 minutes because Streamloot cards ready. We have some left from our last show as we prepare for our live corpse talk tomorrow. We'll be interviewing Brian, one of the creators of Vaskrim and known for creature curations. I hope you guys have fun here as we try to take down the Headless Knight and get his raffle items put into the treasury. See you here in about 5 minutes.
To any world.
Thank you, Star Drew.
High heels on my tippies.
So, create the paradise on my titties. Cap me vitamins when I run the ticky. I still got the juice, bitch. Boy, you see me. I will never slip me like a Vicky.
Stay in your sorry lane, bitch.
I am not a gay.
I know that these bitches try to be legit.
I am such a cash bitch. Throw on your mini.
Wow,
Don't wanna play with me. Get the power in, get it just the sky is the limit.
come on, I saw you buy and you go with one remix.
What is up, everybody? This is by far one of my favorite remixes ever made. Lauren Babic covering Fuck This Club Up by Nicki Minaj. It is so fantastic. What is up, my creeps? We are here to do creature creation tonight. We have a lot to do. We did some back in December. We have our first new guest on since Alchemy tomorrow as we bring on Brian Collins, one of the creators of Vastgrim. If you're not familiar, Mork Borg has kind of taken pretty much everything over by storm, and they are everywhere, and they are working with Alchemy nonstop. We see tons of stuff from them in the Alchemy marketplace, from Mork Borg to Pirate Borg to Vastgrim to new things coming out as well. So I figured it was only apropos to have one of them on as the Headless Knight for our interview tomorrow night and try to get some slaughter done. That's what it comes down to. So we have some cards left from last time. I know it's a Thursday night show. We usually do this on Wednesdays, but unfortunately I was preoccupied yesterday. So we're doing it on Thursday with our live show tomorrow. We got a few things to go over while we're waiting for people to kind of pile in here. I agree, Star Drew. We'll get more people, though. I know a few people are still getting off work because this is about an hour earlier than normal. But we have a few things to go over. So, for example, let's jump over to the work table. We have done a ton of stuff here. I want to bring up first Chrome here. Let's look over the new Mork Borg stuff. There's a whole bunch of new stuff that has come out over the last couple of months. Some free things as well. If you're running Mork Borg in your home games. I'm not sponsored by them either, by the way. I just love what they do. One of my favorite looking websites of all time. Doom Metal album game, a spike flail to the face, light on the rules, heavy on everything else. This is very true. They have won so many fucking awards. So if you scroll through here, one day, all will blacken and burn. In Corpse Talk, we are making our own setting in our own world of a... I call it a mega dungeon world. Think Elden Ring or Dark Souls. That is the feel that we're going for in size and scope. We are slowly adding new maps to the show constantly, and then building those out to create new areas. Last time we played, Chris from Alchemy was on. He got stuck in the foggy part of our dungeon. And this stuff was all inspiration, this kind of black metal, over-the-top, heavy metal styles that you find in the book, along with Mork Borg itself being a very clean and easy system to teach. It's great for doing an interview while playing a game and not having to worry about the rules getting in the fucking way. So for those who don't know, it's a rated R show, like everything we do here on EFP. So there will be swearing, some things will be said. If you ever offend at any point in time, you can click the X in the corner. I won't be offended. I just want you to be comfortable with your life choices. It's an adult show. That's what I'm trying to say. But there's a bunch of free things that have come out on Morkborg over the years. If you want to run this at your table, or you're interested in making things, first off, their licensing rules is amazing. There's a rules reference sheet, which I have pulled up in our PDFs. Character sheets, there's a couple different versions of them. Of course, the bare bones edition. And let me tell you, if you're using the bare bones edition, this is fantastic if you're doing dev work, because it's quicker to search. It lacks the art. It's just straight up the document itself. Scrimbirth, which we will be talking about. This is a one-click generator, which I will... let's take it up. Take it up. If you're looking to make characters quickly for conventions, this is perfect. You literally just click it and make new characters. Pretty easy, right? It's awesome. I've been using that for running convention games, and actually for making monsters, sometimes I use that. We have the dungeon. This is pretty dope as well. If we come into kind of a dead end on how we want our dungeons to work, to keep with the style and feel, we have this dungeon, the Murder Mausoleum of Morgul, and it gives you a breakdown of like the status, the imminent danger, what's there. It's a great way to write up the dungeons for Morkborg, kind of like a one sheet. So we'll be using this as well. I'll slide this down the list. Monster, when it appears, you are all familiar with this. We have used Monster when it appears numerous times. We do a die roll, we click the egg that many times, and we use this as a way to start creating a creature when we use our Streamloot cards. And then, what else have they added? This is an adventure. Philosopher are stones for different forms of magic in the game. These are the tablets. Think of Noah's Ark and the tablets. That's the concept behind them. I don't know what this is. 2 devilish hazards. Every death-defying dungeon delver must learn. Oh, that's kind of cool. I've not seen this. A custom dungeon. This is great as well. Official comic book for Morkborg. The Dark Fort character sheets. Obviously, the merch and everything else. And then you get down into some of the extra, like goblin grinders. And there's just a ton here. We do use the black powder on the show. We do use the merchant on the show. Trying to think of who else we use. We've done the 100 items. This is new. I have this pulled up in PDF for us, along with the feats. The Bone Boyer. This is a Fey creature. So I mean, you can just see they just crank stuff out, and they put a lot of it out for free to enhance your game. Yeah, it's a big ass earthworm. Yeah, the pale one. And look at this. They just keep going. They just keep going. So really cool group, great licensing. If this is something you're interested in doing more of, here's some stuff. You can download the free book if you don't want to buy the PDF right away because you're not sure. You can download the free rules light version and take a look at it. So before we start design, let's talk about who's coming on. I want to design something around the gentleman who's going to be on tomorrow. I want to really start doing some custom pieces. So Brian is an amazing creator. If you've never seen the stuff this guy does, he is a graphic designer, an artist, a sculptor, obviously a game designer as well. This man kind of does it all. And it's pretty amazing to see the things that he does. So he has a couple different levels. You can see the style of artwork that he creates, the free maps, tables of contents behind Vastgrim. Vastgrim is I'll read the back of this because it's fucking nuts. It's very short. Each miserable day that passes, the universe inches closer to its inevitable demise. Vastgrim is a rules-light RPG where everyone must band together in order to keep humanity alive. Creature Curation is the name of his company. Infinite Black is his publisher. And I want something to kind of match the style of this when we go into the fog. Like, this is some of the space art that they're doing. Pretty cool. This is something that we're going to look at a couple times during the show. Maybe pull a monster from it, make him fight one of his own monsters. It's kind of what I'm thinking. In the game... oh, shit. In the game, there are worms that take over a person and give them like superpowers, or I should say psychic or infected abilities. Worms are like these weird multiple mouth, almost tremors looking things. And they give you different viruses. I think that's probably the word I was looking for. And they give you abilities. So I'm wondering if we do something like that and put a few of them in the bottle in one of the rooms just to tie it to him. Maybe we'll go over some of the monsters. Maybe one of the creatures will work. I don't know if I have the PDF for it, but I definitely have the physical book. So, anyway, that's the short of that. Let's go back over to the work table here. I want to look at where we left off. So, few things. Alchemy's had some big updates lately. If you've been running Alchemy, yes, boys, yes, no one hear you scream. Exactly. If you have been running Alchemy lately, I want to point out the new gameplay settings. They have made it so you can turn anti-aliasing off and high-resolution tactical mode off. So high-resolution tactical mode, my understanding is that it runs 4K. And because it runs 4K, you run into some limiters when you're playing online with people who may not have the best rig to run things in 4K. So because of that, they've put some limiters on. I've noticed a huge difference with some of my larger maps. But you can see, you can turn those off. You can turn off the edge blur effects. I think unless you have a really big blur, it's hard to tell. But if you look in the lower right-hand corner over here, where this token is, you can see all their UI or their containers for their UI. If you turn on and off, the blur goes away. I haven't had a problem with the blur, but I will say the 4K textures, I use it when I'm running at a table and using the screen to showcase things on a big monitor. But for at-home use and online use, this was a big upgrade. So, this map here was given to us by Danny Grimes for one of his Delving Wood adventures. And in that, we've started deving this out. We have other ones as well. So we have other maps. This is where we started, just to get everyone together. These were made by Amalith. This is where we started everything, right? And they still have not hit these 2 rooms. These are still quarantined off. They haven't hit them. Remember, monsters kind of reset in an area unless they're a boss, so we get to put them back into the rooms. I never kill them off and delete them. I just set them off the side and drag them back in. But mobs are always in the same areas, just like a video game. And then we have this one, also by Amalith. The backgrounds are awesome. This map also by Amalith. We have one person, I think it was Danny, run up, see the hand of our god creature reach through, and they're like, nope, we're not doing this. So we still haven't had anyone to come up here yet for combat. So this is another one that we have, like a big boss fight area. But today we are back down in the depths of the dungeon. Danny is great. Yeah, I love Danny. I thought that ghost went in the second room. Which ghost are you talking about? Back in the red area? In here? Well, this is the statue. This is our statue one. And this is the dead god. And then this is the crabs that crawl out of it. So I have it sitting to the side so we have them to use. And then there's... Are you talking about this thing? The Olog? This thing? This is the Olog Andronach creature that we built. No, he's in this area from what I remember. We haven't built anything for this room yet. And then this is a big dungeon area here. So 2 is this guy, 4 is this room, 7 is the outdoors and the stairs down. But no, he's here because he's scavenging. He's getting gear off the ground in this area. That's my notes on him, at least. But we built a ton of them. I mean, in this room alone, these are the active ones. We have dead ones here that we can activate and add stuff to. But no, he's over there. He's one of the ones from the random book. So back over here. So we have a few things I want to design today. So going through what we have, these are active ones that we spent cards on, but we have not built them yet, right? I have this one here, which is the wax dipped. I have the cobblestone asphyxiator. He's headless, so I have something fun I want to do for this. I have a trap that's a cursed candle I want to do. We have another minor trap and 2 locked doors that we haven't designed yet. Our knight left off here. The Capitus is here. He's fighting one of the fog brands, if you remember what these are. So this is the room that that Chris left the next player in. And I'll ping Chris and let him know that Brian's on next. So this is the one we have here. It's an old and deranged with armor like melted wax. It's haunting more than anything. It wants to be released from its eternal suffering. So these are all the people who put cards in for it. It's a new creatures, got morale bonuses, DR +1, 2 armor, new ability, resurrected, power up, heals, new item, new ability, and 3 weapon upgrades. And we put him into play here. My goal, specifically for this show, my goal for this episode is I want someone to finally fight the boss. And the way the boss has been able to get to our guest is if they accidentally summon him. Yeah, he did get one of the more rats. That's true. He sure did. So I want to be able to get our big boggart creature, our fogstone there. But I did something special. So let's go back over. I made his base. We haven't got anyone up here yet. Up here in the corner, this is the Fogstone's base of operations in 9A and 9. And I created a little piece of art for it. I did some generations. Hold on here. Handouts. The Fog Wax Workshop. So I have an idea. The Fog Wax Workshop is a place where he is crafting all this stuff. And I think he takes people, dips them and makes them or their parts into candles and burns them, and the fog is actually from the candles that he... Correct. Yeah, it is cool. Right, yeah. I love that. So, basically he makes these fog candles and he uses the burning essence of people to travel through the fog dungeon, right? So I made his workshop. I wanted a little write-up and a little bit of like dripping wax kind of art for it. So this represents this up here. We have him. We'll do a quick view of him. He's our boss who's running the area. He is super... I mean, he is decked out. We can't really add anything else to him. He's ready to go. He's got his lair, the Mad Fog Max. That's the lair area. He's got a toughness DR 12 that he can do. Basically, wax slowly covers your body. Boss gains +2 to his initiative. That allowed him to go quicker. He gets some presents done with a magic weapon. He has a wax hair gun. He can be summoned when the trap goes off on a summon of 6. There's a chance that the fog opens up. With that, we have this guy. So I think it should be based on how many units of creatures are in that room. If there's more than one creature, the fog would be bigger and stronger, allowing him to show up on a 5 and a 6. There's 3 of them. It's a 4, 5, and 6. So these fog brands. This is a wick bone. We also have the fog brands. He's getting ready to hit the wick bone here, and I think that we have it be based on how many things in the area provide that fog. So with that, we also have a trap. It's minor. It's got glass jars. So remember, this guy is lighting candles in jars with wax and wicks, right? I want to make this special candle in this room so that he is carrying it. So hear me out. Let's put this in a view. I have an idea for a gold candle. This is one of the body candles. It's cursed, so that when it's lit, because I'm going to make them run out of light, when it's lit, it amplifies the fog for the area, making it a 5 and a 6. It's a very simple mechanic. But that means that every time he goes in a room with one of these fog creatures, the chance of the fog guy showing up is more. And if he captures you in his hair, because his goal outside of his lair is to capture you with his hair and bring you back. And we'll port him to the north. So, we already have some from Kyle49 here. It's a basic trap 3. I think this is what we start our dev with today. So let me pull up our Streamloot cards. I know Stardrew's already played some DR ones. We have some limitations on what we can do in these. We can only go up equal to certain things. But I do want to start with this. I do think that the room DR, room feature DR 1 higher, 1 per feature. So let's definitely add this in. Let's get into crafting, everybody. Let's get into crafting. Turn this up. Also been doing a lot of organization here. And then once a dungeon's complete, I'm going to do a write-up of each of these individual dungeons, and I'm going to put them out as an easy. I've already started on the big green area. I'm working with Amalith right now, and we're going to do little dungeons that we put out from Workboard. It's going to be fun. And everybody who has names on the cards, I'll put you all in the credits as well for helping design stuff. So it's a basic trap. We played that card already. Kyler played those. I think I'm going to start with Stardrew. And then we're going to add a few things here. I want to add a DR +1. I need some scratch paper here. Hold on. Actually, I'll just use my board. So we're going to do a DR1. I just want to have notes here so I don't forget. Where's my cheat sheet here? 1 second, everybody. 1 second. I've been deep in design mode the last 3 weeks. Like hardcore. There we are. So I have I got this in a random, I can't remember what it was, a loot crate, I think? So we're gonna use this for the notes. So I just want to be able to write stuff down quicker. So we're gonna do a +1 to DR. I like that. That gives a difficulty rating +1. So we're going to go up here. We are going to put the DR up to 11 instead of 10. That's going to be Stardrew's. I think defense down by 1. I like that as well. Defense -1. This is Stardrew again. And what I think we need to do for that, the defense -1 specifically say the creature pierces defenses. So I think we're going to need an attack on this. Maybe the candle, the fog. That's it. We'll just use that defense as the ability. So let's just put call the Fogstone. Adds 1 to the chance that the Fogstone boss. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Fogstone boss goes up. So that'll make it a 5 to 6 in the area. I like this. I think that's good. And I do agree with it. It should be a little easier. So this will help. +1. All right, so that gives us that. Power up. Creature's ability powers up. Increase damage or DR 1 step. Do we use the power up card to make it 4, 5, and 6? Because if he's willing to light this candle, it should be a problem. I'm going to put +2. I think this is a great plan. So it'd be increase chances to call the Fogstone boss by +2. Oops. Could ask 2. There. So now we have a +2 version of this. That's good. I like that. And then whose was this? This was Tricksters. We're going to use Tricksters here. Trickster 80. All right. Boom. Okay. I don't think we need to add anything else to it. See, Star Drew, you played an encounter card earlier. That's a 2d6 random. DR 13? No, it's an 11. Which I'll update here. So minor trap started at 10. Difficulty rating 10. That's what the DR stands for. So when they make their roll, it's versus a 10. We can only step it up so far because it is a minor trap. If we had a major trap card, we could upgrade this and make it higher. So basically they go in increments. And now, to ability to summon the Fogstone when he's in play, this candle is burning and in play. It is now 4, 5, and 6. Let's see here. Do I want to add anything else? I don't think friendly makes sense. This doesn't have any intelligence, really. And it doesn't really attack you. It just enhances its trap. I'm also going to put a call minions. We're also going to put a call minions on him. I like the idea of minions being able to be called into play. And I think it summons call minions. D2. And we're just going to put a D2 here. And these is going to summon Fog Brands. Because they also up the chance. Wait, ooh. Are Fog Brands minions? That's a better question. Hold on. We might be not able to do this. It's a creature, not a minion. Shit. Shit, shit, shit. Alright, hold on. I don't want it to summon rats. Of course, I guess it does smell like flesh. That'll work. We'll have it summon rats. Because it smells like skin. Summon rats. Yeah, 3 Fog Brands would just murder him if he lights that candle. But man, it would be good. No, we'll do the new characters. We have new minions to make. So they're called Wax Dipped. Boom. Okay, now we have it. All right, so let me double check this. We're going to make Wax Dipped next. So, oh, I didn't mean to put call minions there. Let's edit this. This should have actually been Serving Hand's name for her card. I just kind of take the cards in order. So Serving Hands. So this was Power. And this is Summon Minions. All right. And then the layer. What room? Room 6. I'm going to put it in this. I'm going to put it in room 2. You should make it to room 2 at least, right? So view. Edit. Room. Fog Yard Room 2. Candle next to jars of candles. And then we need a description for it. It's the only other thing I haven't done yet. We don't have any trackers, really. He doesn't really have any hit points. 3 wax guys. I mean, kinda. Why is there no description here? There we go. So this is a minor trap for Corpse Talk. It has no strike. It just has the ability to summon Wax Dipped its side when lit and increases the chance for the eyes of the fogstone to see you. And then we need to give it a description. This is a minor trap. Actually, it's more of a major trap. It's a pretty big trap, actually. And we're going to call it... I had a name in our Discord. Let me pull this name. The Cursed Candle of Avenel. I'm thinking that's going to be the name of the old world, Avenel. Because it was originally made by gods. Of Avenel. Or corpse talk. So up here, we're actually going to put major trap. And you are right. We are going to up this now. That makes it a 13. And this is a cursed. Well, we can't put the word cursed or he'll see it. Candle of Avenel. I think I spelled that right. Yep. All right, there we go. Fixed. And you won't see it until it's already going. So I just don't want curse in the description right away. You know what I mean? So we're good there. I'm going to hit OK. With the fog, that's done. Let's go over to a new minion. So the wax dipped. I'm envisioning some form of either mannequins or bones of leftover people dipped in wax and pulled out over and over like you make a candle. I think they have a candle wick either out of their hands or their chest that they light and they can blow fire. That is my idea for them. But they are like direct servants to the Fogstone. So I know I want them to have a few things, but I really kind of want to roll a random dungeon piece or a random monster and see if we get any descriptions or pieces that fit what we're looking for. You know what I mean? So let's take a look at the website and let's do a couple rolls. Let's just see if we get anything fun. We may not. We may not get anything worth a fucking damn. I don't know if the wax will slow the night down. I don't know if they make like pools. I haven't decided yet. Give me a D12. We're going to do a D12 rolls because I like D12s. It's still in reason. Let's see what we get out of a D12. I think we'll probably get a couple of clicks. I do love how this thing works. I didn't even realize that this cracks. I just noticed that it floats. Over and down tentacles, protruding bones. Ugh, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Two-headed, wide-eyed, scabious scales. It's nothing to fear, don't worry. More than anything, it wants to take on an apprentice to stab in the back. I mean, that's amazing. Its spine is charcoal black. Ooh. Here we go. I like this. We can do this for the bones inside of it. We're just pulling abilities, right? You know what I mean? I like that. So let's pull this over here. We're going to do an ability. We're going to put this here. And we're going to say explosive bones. Right? It does. It does a little bit. Solid pelt. So this is a minor, a base minion, CT. They are a 10, if I remember correctly. Let me pull up my cheat sheet. Actually, hold on. Did I put a cheat sheet in here? Yeah, I did. I did. Minions. Deal 1 to 5 captured. Can have 2 upgrade cards. Okay. 2 upgrade cards is our That's our cap. That is our cap. Basically keeping things from being too wild. Getting too wild. Let me refresh this. Very similar to the teeth that explode. You know, the teeth that explode came from an old game that I ran back in the day. Let's see here. Creature. Let me just hit creature and see if I can pull this up. Morkborg rules. I started making my own. Coffin Crawler, the Lamb of Falsehood. I'm trying to find our rules. There we go. I want to see what the starting bonuses are. Here we go. All right. I'm gonna close this, pull this back up because it's a minion. You can do 2 upgrade cards. So with that said, so this is a minion. Minion. And they are DR or DV, difficulty value. I think they start at 8. I'm looking here. I think they start at 8. Dang. They're really low. Minion, DV, 8. I thought it was 10. Am I wrong? I feel, didn't Minion start at a base of 10? Look at the Morkborg DV table really quick here. It's warm up here. I'll have to turn my fan on. Morkborg starting DV. Yeah, okay, there we go. So it'd be a 10 to start. Let me pull up a base minion. Minion. View. Morale 4. Okay, that's the other thing I was trying to remember is it's morale. Yeah, they're low. Okay, that's fine. So we know we got to give it a power. Let's go over to the cards here. We need to go new ability. This is going to be new ability. New minion. New ability, which we just gave it. Let's give it a... Complete that card. Let's give it a morale bonus. Yep, I like that idea. Let's up its morale. Let me write this down for it first. Because we don't want them to run. You know what I mean? Like, they are known for being weak, but we don't want them to run since they're kind of the backbone. But the things that help summon him. All right. Let's go look at the morales. So the first one is omens. Second one is health. Do I not have a morale piece here? This should be morale, because they can't get omens. So base morale was a 4. Yeah, morale 2. Oh, morale's 2. Crap. So that makes it a 3. So he was another 4. This would make him a 5, because you're playing that card. So morale's 5, just so we have that stat for them. Because I don't see a spot to put morale anywhere. All right. What else? We gave them a power. I kind of want to up their damage. Make them a little hard hitting. Morale's not 6 for minions. I'm not talking about this. I'm just talking about the morale for our base. So basically, I have a base starting stat block for each creature level, and then we're building that up. I was just rolling at this for ideas. But base is always 4, and then we're adding to it. For minion. Well, we could give him a weapon. I think we have to give him a weapon. See, yeah. Let's give him something to attack with. They have the ability to explode. We should also give him something to attack with. We only have one weapon available. Can you give me a D20 roll for a weapon? Oh, her laughter. So we're gonna do weapon. All right. Then we're gonna go over to actions, add action, and 5. 5 is a sickle. Let's see if we have a weapon here. Do they not have gear in here? Oh, that's an action. We want gear. Where's the gear at? What happened to our gear table? I see armor. Am I crazy? Hold on, man. We're going to save something. I thought... I'm just going to hit a crooked guard. I just want to look at something. So they're making it. Oh, I see. I thought they had a weapons table with all the weapons. I have mine for rolling, but like for damage and shit, they don't. No biggie. We'll make it up. It's the whole point of this, isn't it? So we're going to go actions. We're going to go attack. Is that going to be... Is that in here? No. No attack. Okay. Long rest. Is there a weapon in here? I guess we'll go with unarmed. Man, I can make a new one. Let's make a new one. So this is going to be sickle. It is a weapon attack. It's a D20. What? Maybe there's shear. Maybe there's scissors for like cutting the wicks. Ooh, I like that even better. Scissors, like wick scissors. You know how you trim wicks all the time so they don't burn too tall? Let me see if there's a real thing for that. There is. Okay, everybody. Check this. These are wick scissors. These are real things. Who wants to get cut by that? Are these antique candle wax scissors? Oh. Okay. Okay, we gotta copy this image. I want to look up antique candle wick. scissors. We might make this a weapon that the knight can pick up. Because they're just fucking cool. Look at this. And it's got the... What is this top part for? What is the point of that? Why? Does it hold the smoke? Is that why? Oh, it snuffs it. It snuffs it. It doesn't cut it. Oh. Does that mean that these creatures collect parts from people? Dude, that is wicked looking. Okay, we are 100% using these. 100%. Wick Snuffer. Such a great name. Scissors used to snuff out candles or life. Because that's what they're doing. That is so nuts to me that this is a real... In all my years of, like, working in some odd places, I've never seen this. So we're given a weapon. The weapon has to do a minimal amount because it's normal people, but we don't have to go that low. So I think we give them a D4. We go with that. We hit OK. We go back into this. We hit view. So now we've added this to them. Let me take the web screen off. So now we've added the scissors into their actions. They have a wick snuffer. And then I think we talk about maybe upping damage. So let's look. We can give them a couple more cards. So thank you, Serving Hands, for that card. And now let's talk about... Is there a way that we can up their damage? I think I might just spend another new strike card and up it to a D6. Yeah. Star Drew, do you think we should make it friendly? Because they look kind of friendly. Because if they're friendly, the creature's friendly, gain a D4 on first attack. Because they look friendly and they get in close to you. I like that. I like that. Let's do a new strike card. And we'll do a friendly card. So new strike. We did ×2. And we're going to do a friendly card. And that'll cap these off. And we just got to round out their stats. So this is Star Drew. And then the other one is Serving Hands. Make sure I got this right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are missing the second strike in here, which was Star Drew. All right. So let's complete those. So I think she's done. Let's look at where she's going to be. So we know where our knight is. We know he got fog brands around him. And we know that the candle, when he gets to it, summons the wick creatures. The wax dipped. So let's have a wax dip, I think, behind this door is our main location. I'm going to copy it. Actually, we're going to duplicate it. We go like this. We go to view. They were a 10. We upped their did we up their difficulty value? Hold on here. We did not up their difficulty value. We're going to add a difficulty value. CT, DR. You're the only one who has one left, so we're going to use this, making him an 11. All right, and now we're going to add another one in game. Put in the word wax. I'm gonna add 2. Okay. We want it to be invisible. We are going to add a second token. Because this candle can summon them, I'm going to put a token in between here so I have it. Well, I turn the fan on in here. It is hot. So I live in Wisconsin, right? And it has been like -20 and stuff nonstop, commercial free. And then today, it's like fucking 40 something. Like, Wisconsin weather cannot figure its shit out. It just can't. So there we go. We have our wax there. We have one here as a backup. I don't know why I can't refresh this. I'm going to try backing out and coming back in really quick. Because I want to make another one because I found that when they're linked, when you change hit points on one, it changes hit points on both. So watch. For example, if I hit play. Yeah, it's 30s right now too. It's really weird. So like if I change their hit points, hit OK, and I go to this one and hit play, it has its hit points the same way. So we can't have that. All right. So I'm going to delete this one. I'm going to delete this one. And then we're going to duplicate her and add another one. Let's see if we can add another wax dipped. We got to find her. We got a plethora here. There we go. Oh, why can't I add her? I just want to duplicate her. I don't understand. That's very aggravating. That I can't duplicate her. It needs to be a duplicate feature. Because I would have to download her and put her in the back end to make this, which I don't appreciate that. Let me make a note here to ask about this. There we go. Because I don't want to have, like... So, for example, if I have 10 goblins on the board, I don't want to have 10 of them in the library. I just want to make numerous of them and be able to track the hit points separately. You know what I'm saying? For now, we will just have to add her this way to mark that she's here. But I don't like that they share a hit point pool. I know, we have the same problems with that too. Yeah, I had to make them. These are all one hits though, so I wasn't as worried about them. They have 7 hit points. I'm not too worried. It's just there needs to be an easier way to duplicate them. Now, the last thing we need to do for her is we need to look at her trackers. Morale 5, hit points 4. I want to see if we can update their HP. Do we have any hit point cards? Are we out of hit point cards? I don't know if we have any more health cards. We do not have any hit point cards. We need hit points. If anyone has any, play your hit point cards, because I would like to have her have at least 8 hit points, because we can do up to double their hit points. So if we do get some, we'll come back and we can always come back and edit them later. It's not the biggest of deals. All right, so we've done her. The next monster that I have in mind that I want to build is this here, the Cobblestone Asphyxiator. Oh, there's one from Star Drew. You're just making stuff up, Star Drew. That's not how this works. The hit points are not 10 on a base creature. This is a minion. They all start at 4. It doesn't work that way. What are you doing? Can't do it that way. If we do it that way, nothing would ever die. You got to still make it somewhat doable. So let's go to the trackers. We'll do this, and then we'll go back to the stats, and then we're going to add our hit point from Star Drew. And we're going to do HP. HP 1. All right. So, this one, if we view him, these are a creature. They're the next step up in CT. They're not a base one. They're a little stronger. They have 6 hit points to start. They have a better base value. And I really kind of want to make something nasty out of these. I'm seeing them being like stone mimics, where they hide in the cobblestone and they reach down, and usually, I say asphyxiator, like they strangle you, but you can see the bottoms open. They actually come down on top of you and like grab a hold of you and become your head. Like a fucking evil hat, is my thought. And since our dude doesn't have a head, they won't attack him. But if he has a head, it takes and steals the head from him. So right now he's got the head of Rob Schwab that makes that horrible voice that comes out and kills things. And they've just been passing that from one person to another. I think this thing steals heads. It's like a crustacean stone hollow skull that steals them. Bats? You shooting any bats? I got bats. There you go, I got bats. I have plenty of bats. Don't you ever worry about bats. Bats are in my blood. That's why they're on every show now. So, let's talk what we can add to this creature. That's true. I'm sure she's sending me a message on Discord right now. You better play bats. So let's look at our limits here in our handouts. Creature creation. So we are doing a creature. They can have 4 upgrades. They can have dead one. That's different. That's the silver thing. So 4 upgrade cards. Okay. Let's look at our cards. I think they get armor. So let's go with our first armor card we have left. Oh, you have the last armor card, Star Drew. Look at you. You're just gonna... You coming in by yourself today means you're just gonna have a lot of entries. So armor. That ups it. Boop. I'm gonna play that one. Do we give it? I'm gonna give it a new ability. This is Serving Hands. Head Theft. And this was Serving Hands card. Then our new ability is going to be... What would we call it? Head capped? Capped? Head Theft? decapitation. I'm just gonna put head thief. And I'm gonna put creature drops from the stone ceiling and attempts to strangle I'll have to redo this. Strangle a creature and sever its head, taking it with them. So this is going to be a DV. He is a difficulty value. DV is 11 for these creatures. So that means that this power is also 11. We're going to complete that new ability. And then I think this ability has its own DV. And I'm going to say it does armor -1. And we're going to use a defense down card. Our first defense down card we have is from Kyle 49. I put that in the wrong spot. Kyle 49. And this is going to give us the defense -1. Defense -1 cards, while seem trivial, rank up pretty well. So defense -1, so that means that no matter if I get through, whatever damage I do, their armor is 1 less, which is good. Fleeing the zone. So with that, I think the other thing this thing needs to have is it needs to be fast. Do we have any of the spaces cards to remove? Because I think it steals the head and runs 2 rooms. Kyler Bart's 1, 2 rooms. I wish there was a stat up here for movement. You know what I mean? Be great. I'll just say custom. It's got a carapace. Stone. I think we can just call it carapace, yeah? Stone carapace. I think carapace is the best version of this. Stone carapace. Okay. So stone carapace. So, like, over here, I'm really tempted to add a move tracker in here. I think I am going to. If anything has a move of 2, I'll add that tracker to help with this. 2 of 2. It'll be a bar. It's custom. Bar. Okay. All right. So, do we have everything done here? We do need our strike damage. That is the one thing that is missing. Let's move this stuff down. And then we're going to give it its strike ability. I think it just has claws of some form, like rending claws. And we're going to do strike, claws, and it does a D6 to start. Yeah, razor claws. I think they're made of slate, like flint, shale, slate, shale. Is shale, I should know this, but I don't. Yeah, Slate Shale. Yeah, Slate Shale Claws. So that gives it a claw for D6. We have given him how many upgrade cards? We only get to do 4 short of hit points and stuff like that. So we did new creature, 1, 2. This doesn't count. 3. We get 1 more upgrade card. Boy. I am thinking... I'm going to do another new ability. And then we're going to upgrade the one he has. And this is from Kyle 49. I think we do new ability. And we scroll back down here. And then I think we put this up to a DV 12. And I think it now does damage. I think it does 1d8 as it steals your head. 1d8. Head theft. All right. Now I got to place this fucker. Where do we place this thing on this map? I'm kind of thinking room like in the hallway somewhere. You know what I mean? Thinking a hall? I think a hallway would be good. Maybe the exit? Maybe right next to the exit? Oh no! Right here. Because it can move 2 rooms away. Yeah, like, because if he goes south through this door, I think he should be here. As it tries to flee. So, like, right in this intersection. Right there. So we're going to hide it there. And then we need to put a hall between 4A, 4, and 3A. So we need to quickly adjust this. Hall between 4A, 3A. What are you putting? Middle of 7 and 5? So we could, but the reason I'm thinking here, if we scroll up. Yeah, I guess we could do 7 and 5. I was just thinking this would, because I can run 2 rooms and would allow me to run to another room. But you're right, you know, maybe just the center of 5. Maybe right here. Because then I can move 2 rooms away. And I can go, because this here goes into this here. And I could run to the boss. I agree with you. I think we're just going to put it in 5. View. Edit. 5. And I am also going to put a new feature. Tactics. Steals head and runs towards next monster. So it can, our next creature. So it can get away. D8 per round attached. I think it just stays attached on somebody. Hey, Amalith! I think it stays attached. All right, let's look at the cards we have left here. We have a few. I think, you know what? I kind of want to do a random encounter card. Just a straight up random encounter. I like having the random encounters in the dungeons. So let's look at when our first encounter card was played. We have a Kyler card for random encounter. So to everybody, do we want to use the random monster generator, or do we want to use one of the books? I think we use one of the books, personally. That would be mine. Or I have a random monster table for the game, specifically for this world. I have minions made. I have false prophets made. Let's do... Let me pull them open. Hold on. Let's get ourselves... Let's see here. Where are you at? Corpse Talk. No, I don't want that. I need RPGs. We're going to pull up Mork Borg. I have all those secondary books that came out, or third-party published books, which are Strange Locations. Do we want Strange Citizens? Yeah, I'll pull them all up for you. Let me pull up all of these. Strange Visitors. Okay, so here's what we have. Here's our options, everybody. Pull up the Acrobat. So we have Strange Visitors to the City, so we'll just substitute it for Strange Visitors to the Dungeon. That's the first option. Okay? First option. Second option. Strange Inhabitants of the Forest. We'll just do Strange Inhabitants of the Dungeon. Again. Well, forest, or we'll make a forested underground room. That could be kind of dope. Or we have Strange Citizens of the City. This could be someone from the city who's visiting. Which one do we want to... I think we randomly roll this. I love all of these from Philip Reed. These are all fantastic. All three. So basically, for everybody who doesn't know, Philip has been making third-party pieces for a while now. For a while. And I love what they've made. So here's the rundown. The Strange Citizens and the way these work is inside of them, they have... why is this able to scroll? I want page, single page. Hold on here. Let me fix this so I can actually talk about this intelligently. Okay. So Philip has made ones that are basically a really nice set of monsters that you can add to any game. And they have inside of them the information for like the back alley merchant, the reactions they give. But what the best part about them is at the bottom of each page, there's a page number on these. And you roll, or sorry, top left. You roll at the top left, and with that roll determines the monster that's in here on 2d6. And you can see all the amazing creatures and creepy-ass black and white, I shouldn't say black and white, ink art that is done. So there's 2d12, right, is what you end up rolling. And this is the forest one to give you an idea of what's in the forest. I think that the forest one's my favorite. We already have the Lighthead Stalker in our game, which is super cool. And they tell you kind of how they work, the reactions, their abilities, and they're really short and sweet, but they have great art for them. And then these are the Visitors to the City. These are amazing pieces. And you just roll 2d6 and find the result. I think we have her in our game as well. It's a duo. So what'd you roll? D66. How about we do this? We're going to roll random. We're going to do 1 to 2. Start up here. 1 to 2 will be the Strange City. 3 to 4 will be Inhabitants of the Forest. And 5 and 6 will be Strange Visitors to the City. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So give me a D6 roll. And that'll pick the book. And then we're going to roll 2d6 for what book we roll out of. Okay? So 1d6 roll. And then we'll roll out of those. And for those who don't know, I'll show you who we're going to have on this coming week, or tomorrow. Give me one sec here. So I'm going to go to our 2 page just so you can see. So this is our guest that we're going to have on. We're going to have Brian Collin from Creature Creation, also part of Vastgrim, one of the 2 creators for Vastgrim. He's going to be on with us tomorrow at 8 p.m. CST, running the dungeon that we're working on monsters for right now. I'm really excited to have him on. I'm a big fan of their work. I have known Brian for a long time. Brian actually was making these little things back when I was working for Norse Foundries, little stress beholder balls. And this is how I met him. I'll never forget that. Cartographer, just amazing creator. He has like 3D book covers for some of the stuff he's done. All the prints that you see so far that I know of for Vastgrim are made by him. We'll get into that tomorrow on the show. I'm excited to have him. I think it's going to be a great interview with him. We have all of his death counters ready to go because you never know how many times we're going to kill him. And then you know when he dies, that final death, the important one, we got this for. So our goal is kill him 4 times to get 4 treasury items in. He's bringing 4 amazing pieces. I'm excited for him. One of them I want because it's in a dope-looking print. But we'll show those off tomorrow when we start. But anyway, back to the workflow. Let's look at what we got here. A 2. So we're going to do Strange Citizens of the City. Can I get 2d6 to follow this up? This will give us where in this book from Philip Reed that we're going to be pulling our creature from. If we get something that we've already done in one of the adjoining dungeons, we will just pick the one either before it or after it to make it a little bit easier. So 2d6 roll. That'll give us all the bonuses that we need to look through the book and figure out which one of the creatures are going to be from the city inside the Fog Dungeon. And the Fog Dungeon is made by the very Amleth who's... Oh, no, not Amleth. I'm sorry. From Danny Grimes, who was on the show 2 people ago. Amleth worked on some of the other wonderful maps that we have there. So we need to add them together. 2d6 added together. So we got 6. Oh, you're fine. 6. Okay. So that's a 3, 4, 5. Ew. No, we got it. That's fine. I just added them together. Oh, I see. You rolled it a second time. I see. I apologize. We'll go to 8 then. Here's 8. What is this? Ivana Novomurtska? Seller of Scrolls. Oh, is that the back of her hat? That's the back of her hat. Look at that. That's really cool. That's really, really cool. Okay. Mimic scrolls. Once every other round, Ivana may duplicate and use the power of any one random scroll carried by one of the PCs. Yeah, she's wearing wicker armor. Scrolls all depends on who you can sell them to. She has 2d3 scrolls at any time. There's no reward. Though she may seem a little strange, there's no better source of scrolls in the city than the elderly woman who makes a living hunting out and purchasing arcane documents from others. If you have scrolls to sell, she will pay 48 plus 1 silver, adjusted upward, as a GM feels appropriate. And if you wish to purchase scrolls, she always has several in her shop. If you encounter her outside of her shop, she will have fewer scrolls on her than in person. See the facing page. Ivana is far more intelligent than many you will meet in the city, possessing understanding and awareness of the greater cosmos that is almost unmatched anywhere in the known world. In addition to buying and selling scrolls, Ivana also sells information. As the game masters call as to what the exact knowledge she possesses, as well as what she charges to divulge the treasured knowledge to others. Fauna should be used as a source of arcane power and information and not as a punching bag. Have a little roleplay moment with this one. I like it. So, let me save her image. Okay. We want Ivana. We're going to put this in our... what? I want to go back to White Back, find some different music. I don't want this. Let's do Night Stalker. So Ivana, and this is from Strange Citizens. Strange City. And then we're going to put her in our images for the game here real quick. So Corpse Talk. Monsters. Badoop. And badoop. And then we're going to come back over to our table, everybody. And we will add her into the game. So she is an encounter card, which means that we're just going to grab a blank here, I think. So we're going to add... We're going to change it all. It doesn't really matter. Let's add a boss base. Right? And we'll scroll down. We'll pull this boss base up. We'll edit this. And we'll add Ivana into the game. There's something awesome about having easy, strange citizen. What do they actually consider her? I want to actually call her what she is. Seller of Scrolls. Yeah, so the physical books are little fold-over novella ebook style. So not ebooks, e-zines. I actually have them. Hold on, I'll show you. So almost everything in the Morkborg arsenal, almost everything, not all of them, but almost, has printed material. There's a lot of free stuff they put out as well. But specifically, these ones by Philip are these lovely little beauties. And there's 3 of them that I know of. I don't think any other ones have come out yet. And they're, I mean, that's hand, to give you an idea of size. But Philip makes these. They're fantastic. They're real clean. And they're 2-page, almost every page with the monsters are made for 2-page spreads. So you can look at them. So it's like information story on one side, stats on the other side. Really cool pieces. I'm a big fan of this concept. Like, I want to start making these little pamphlet booklet ones. I don't see a price on the back, but they weren't expensive. Like, I got all 3 of them together for like less than $20 or near 20 bucks. So I'm a big fan of these. And then the other ones that came out when you go to conventions, Stockholm Cartel is the company. Stockholm Cartel puts out these little journals. And these are cool. These are like all their coolest things of the year, from like music to weapons to things for the game. It's just everything. It's pretty dope. And then the other ones, even their main books, like I have the Unseen Vaults of the Optic Experiment. Old black and white style, with like a creepy undead beholder. And then their official stuff is even that papery style, but they do like foil embossing on them. And this is Heretic. This is like their big, what was their 2nd or 3rd book? Love it. It's got an unfoldable back piece, and on the inside of it, it is your map. Like a mini dungeon. So if you're looking to get into them, those are cool. The other ones I have other than that is the Morkborg Cult. Hereditary. This is Ferocity. Ferocity. And even in here, they do like foil X pages. They put some work in it, and the eyes, I don't know if you can see if the eyes are foil. Love these. Big fan. And it's nice because they're easy to travel with. I want to get a leather wrap to put around them so when I travel, they don't get destroyed. But my favorite is I love these little temple pieces where they put out these little trifolds on a good card stock. And it's an entire dungeon. Right? Love this. But my favorite book, if you can find it, it was a limited run print, is this. Sacred Teachings of Titus the Unliving Magus. And the backside says the unclean foul wizard, right? But when you open it, depending the side you open from, determines the book. Okay? So there's not a lot of pages. So here, book, right? Book. Book. But if you flip it over and you open it from the other side, you get his stuff. And really, all it is an accordion. How awesome is this? So this is one of my favorite pieces. If you can get a hold of this anywhere, I know it was a really limited run. They didn't do a lot of them, but those are my more favorites. I'll yell from here. They've also put out albums over the years. So I have some of their albums they put out that, as far as I know, are DMCA free. You can play them. Their big vinyl that came out. And this Putrescence one, this is the one I play on the show a lot during the show when I'm doing the interview. But it has hold on here. I want to at least show this. This is such a weird piece of vinyl. Very difficult to get in and out of here, though. So the vinyl itself unfolds. The inside of it is a game, is a dungeon, right? And then inside of this is your album. The map on the back. And the front being like a adventure read. It's like a full adventure. And the album, let's see if I can do this, is like a smoked gray. Can you see that? Pretty fucking cool. Right? And I have a 45 that they made as well of a dungeon, and the 45's cover opens up like a dungeon screen, like a DM screen. Oops, that's a little way. So there are some really amazing things from Stockholm Cartel. One of the reasons I love working with them is just they make awesome stuff to just make awesome fucking stuff. I got this at Gen Con this year. Super happy with the purchase. And the albums, I mean, I keep the album kind of in its cover. I've played it once. Because I usually play it on the podcast and I hear it so often. But this has got the gentleman who does the voice for Darkest Dungeon doing some of the narration for the album. So anyway, let's get back to making Ivana. I just wanted to at least showcase this amazing piece. Anyone who's out there who has records, how do you store yours? Do you store them in the classic old milk crate? Or do you store them in something different? And do you store them vertical? Do you store them flat? How do you store your albums? How do you store your vinyl? I know everyone's different about it. Just looking for some of the audio files that are out there. How do you store your albums? Like, what do you think the best way to store them is? So, back to what we were doing. Let's make Ivana. Yvonne. So let's get her art up. I did a quick screenshot of her. There you go. She's a seller of scrolls. I am going to grab her description. We're going to scroll down. We don't need to upgrade her at all. It's just about adding her. And we got to decide where we want to put her, how we want to have this interaction happen. All that kind of stuff. Got to do a little finessing. I wish cut and paste, when you hit Control-Shift-V, did not always paste the, didn't always paste the format. Even because Control-Shift-V technically is not supposed to ship the format. 6 scrolls. I used to store mine on a deep record shelf and turn regularly. Do you think that stuff matters? Do you think the turning them really matters? Just morbid curiosity. Like, what's your opinion on it? Like, does it make a difference to you? Do you think it actually helps? You know what I'm saying? I'm just curious. Just curious. This is going to be her name. Ivana, seller of scrolls. I love that. I absolutely love that. And we're going to go like this. We're going to put this in this. And then I think I want it to be... I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 and space it. This is going to be a citizen, a strange citizen. Compared to normal, there are no cards. I picked up one of the little record players that plays the Bluetooth speaker that just runs on the record. Fucking awesome. Let's see how she looks now. See how she looks. There we go. I like that. So we got to get her hit points in. And pretty much she's done. Let's scroll down the page here. She's pretty easy to do. So her trackers, she does not have omens. She does have wicker armor. And she has 8 hit points. Like I said, hit points aren't huge in this game. We're going to give her a morale of 10. She's got a morale of 10. Okay. Pretty important. All that gets saved. Let's hit OK. Whoops, I didn't mean to exit out. One more time into the breach. And then we are going to do layer. Found either in the city or... Eventually, we got to do a city map. Oh, my God. We have to have cities. We have to have some, like, small villages and cities at some point in time in the world. I might make the city map. I have some weird art style I've been wanting to try out for doing cartography and city work. Found either in a city or the surrounding lands. She's a good sign. You are near civilization. There we go. Travel Estonia. No. No, that's not what I would call it, but that's funny as fuck. We're going to do this. Welcome to Travel Estonia. Do you like Travel Estonia? Loot, none, but will sell, which is dope. Her reaction is +1. I think we're gonna need a tracker. Reaction. Reactions +1. Okay. I don't see her morale is a what? A 10. And her armor is a D minus D2. Okay, which we have. She does have fists. Fist to cuff. She has fists. I'm gonna add one. I'm gonna add this one. I'm gonna move all these down. I wish you could drag these. I really want these to be movable containers in the UI, so that I don't have to do this every time. Like, I just want to be able to drag them around. Is that where maybe? Maybe. Might be. Hits with her wicker fist. Or a D2. All right. She does have a special. She does have a special. We're going to do... I'm going to put it below this. Paste it. And then we're going to X this one. And we're going to... I'm already not liking having to do this every time. Every time I want to add something new, having to drag these things through is almost more of a pain in the ass. So there's going to be loot. None. This is going to be special. Draggable containers. Holy crap. Look who's here. The other creep. We have built a lot tonight already. We built a lot. This woman that we just built, I didn't build, but we brought over. She was a random encounter. Her name is Ivana. She's a scroll saleswoman, and she wears wicker armor. Wicker armor. We made wax-dipped people. We made the asphyxiator who steals heads, and we made a candle trap that summons the boss in this area. So I think for her, we need to put a token out for her. I think we should put her in one of the dead-end rooms looking. I think she's in... Let's do 4A. I want to kind of fill out the area and the directions that they may move. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want them to immediately know where everything is. We are going to hide her. So she's in 4A. I'm going to mark that. I'm going to put 4A. Bog. 4A. Yeah, she has wicker armor. I didn't make it. That's something that the gentleman who made these books made. She's a random encounter. I do need to put down edit view. I need to put down the random information that we use someone's card to bring her on board. Strange citizen. And that was serving hands card, as a matter of fact. So cards, and this was CT encounter. Serving hands was the next one to play. And now we'll save her. Let's take a look at her, make sure it looks good, and then we'll move on to the next person. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. All right. So today we've created a decent amount. I still got a couple more things I'd like to do. I kind of want to create some doors, some locks, to make it not as easy in case he tries to run. So let's do one of these locked doors. do a locked door. How do we want to do this? I already know where I want the door to be. Let's place it first. So I want this door to be locked here. And I want this door to be locked here. Because when he enters the room, I don't want him to be able to flee. Like, quickly. You know what I'm saying? I want him to have to deal with being stuck here. I thought you could shift hold this. There used to be a way. Am I crazy? Alt. Okay. Guess not. Wow, it's just snap to grid. Thought I could do this. But anyway, I wanted to make locked doors here. So let me get locks. Yep. Oh, no, it's not. Great callback, though. For those who missed our ETHAUNTIA special event on Tuesday, I ran Darkest House again. And, whoo, doggy. It was really well done. I had a lot of fun. Kelly was not there, so we ran that. I just brought them all back. So I want to use... Let me look at the basics. Basic. We have a serving hands and a star drew. So we're going to view this. Edit this. I already used cards on them. Okay, good. We already added them. Inner side. Okay, that's locked door 3. Does it say locked door 3? That says locked door 2. This should be locked door 2. And those are the entries. I already did that. I want to up this. I can do 2 cards. I'm going to use a Star Drew and a Serving Hands card. I'm going to up the difficulty on these. I'm going to put Basic Trap. Basic Trap. And we're going to add Serving Hands. And we're going to add Star Drew. I'm going to complete those because I want to up the DR for this to 12. I want it to be a hard lock. And I think I'm going to do the same thing on this door just to make it nice and easy. Move this up to a 12. This is locked door 3. This should say locked door 3. And then we're going to do 2 more again. And these are 2 Serving Hands cards. We're going to do Basic Trap times 2. Okay. I want those to be locked because I want one of 2 things to happen. I want him to either pick up the candle, looking for an answer, get led into opening one of these doors, or moving back into here. Because if he dies, it'll reset. He does have the option to go north right now. He does have the option to go back down this way. So we need to fill out here. And I think we need to start filling this. We do have 1 monster here. And 8 takes him to the boss. This is the boss door here. All right, let me complete those. Let me go back and look at our cards and see what we have available. Oh, we got Twisted Terrain. How many Twisted Terrains do we have? We have 2. I swear there was a way to settle things in a spot by holding Alt or Control. It just keeps moving. There was a way to do it. I don't know how now. I'll have to look that up. There's a way to set them off grid. Because I don't want to put them on it. You know what I mean? I need them to not be on it. Well, anyway, we need to hide these. Because we don't want him to see them. We need to hide these in place. We need to hide this trap. This candle will be visible in the room. He will be visible in the room. I'm going to hide it. Hide it. This is where we are. Like, I want to hide this guy, but watch. If I hide him, it hides that one. I need to... Needs to be a way to duplicate. There definitely needs to be a way to duplicate. Definitely. Hold on here. Let me hit view. And yeah, sort of layers. It needs a couple of things, but like I think... So I can download the JSON file, but I can also duplicate. Here we go. There it is. I found it, everybody. I found it. Found it. View. They added it. They added him. Now I can do this. And I can remove this one. Remove. Now I got two. There we go. That's perfect. That's perfect. We can do this again. Do you need to do it for her? Oh, you can get to see this one, Serving Hands. This is our wax dipped. These creatures are awesome. I'm going to remove her. We're going to view her. We're going to duplicate her. And then we're going to pull her up and put her on her bottom. I put the token here. And we're going to hide these. Hide. Hide. Here, I'll show you what it looks like. This is what she looks like. These are our wax dick people. Their bones explode. They're like blackened bones inside. And they are wax-dipped humans. They're made out of wax. Not like... And someone said, like the teeth. I was like, yeah, I guess. We randomly rolled the ability in here for the monster and got the spine is charcoal wand. A random unclean power when used. 1 in 6 chance it explodes for 3d6 damage. They're going to be dangerous. Walking time bombs. So let's get a twisted terrain. I feel like 7's a big room. I know I want 2 twisted terrains. Let's see if we have any loaded over here. We don't. Let's add 2 twisted terrains. Do that. And we're going to do this. And I want to grab... Pull the asphyxiator all the way up here. Just so he's near the top and easy to grab. And then twisted chandeliers. Let's take a look at the ones that we made. I'm going to edit this and we're going to make new things. So these are going to be a new twisted terrain. We're starting this over. This is a brand new one. So I'm going to delete some of the data here. The twisted terrain we have is from Serving Hands. We need to come up with a twisted terrain. We did DV has to go down to a 11 for the twisted terrain. What do we want the twisted terrain to do? What do we want the twisted terrain to do? I'm going to use yours 2-star, Drew. I want it to be a bigger one. I'm going to do times 2. I kind of want a dangerous terrain in here. You know what I mean? Like, we haven't used a twisted terrain down here yet. We have the boss doors right next to us, and that's the wax factory. Maybe this is the burner room. Maybe this is like the hot coals room for heating up the wax. What do you think? Show Katie the room. Stone bat? Huh? Oh yes, I will. We could do that. We could do, well, yeah, Twisted Train needs to be like a big area effect that you have to avoid. Think of like difficult terrain with a challenge to it. Roll me 2d6. I'm gonna pull up my terrain chart. Roll me 2d6. I'm thinking something to do with fire because we're melting wax, or hot water and steam, like a double boiler. What about if it's a double boiler? And he uses people he finds in the dungeon to make his candles, because he burns the candles and the candles are full of pieces of the people. Look, I know this is going to sound disgusting, but we are doing a horror-based show. And we are doing a pretty detailed one. What if, hear me out. What if the other room is like a hot tub? So think about when you boil full chickens to separate the meat from the bones. What if this room is just refuse of boiled bodies? So there's floating like that film over top of it, that stuff you have to skim off the top of your stock so it doesn't get cloudy. So what if it's a stock room? And then they come in and they fish out the bones in this room to make the candles and candle wicks in the other room. The candle wicks, to be clear, are braided hair. Yeah, the floor is metal plates, and it's full of water. Right? So we will say, what would it be called? Could be clear glass. No, I think you're walking through it. It's just hot water. What would we call this room? Stock room? A boiler room. No, boiler's not the right word. The skimmer. The skimmer room. Because they're skimming. All right. And then I'm gonna, this is gonna be soup stock room. This room is filled with water up to your waist. Waist after stepping in. After stepping in. The floors are warm with bubbles floating up. Floating up from the bottom. Bottom, floating up like the bottom of a stock pot. Surface is covered in a thin layer of foam, of white foam, and smells of boiling meat. Let me run this through a checker I have to match the style of everything else that we have in this game. How does this sound for Dungeon Room? Run this through Nero. See what Nero says. Double check it to make sure it sounds good to Nero and it matches our document of descriptions that we've made so far. The slipper room, steam room, slipper room, skimmer, because you got to skim the crap off the top. I'm also going to add that. That's good. The room is silent. Other is silent except for the bubbling of water and the gurgling drain. Good words to make people go, but what else do we have in chat here? Maybe something natural heats them? Volcano, Yellowstone. Yeah, I don't even know if they know because it's a wax factory. So here, let me show you the art. So this room, let me put this in place. This is going to go here in this room. Oops, I want to change this token size though. Remove, edit. We're going to make this a 2x2. Okay. Now I'll put her down. Because I want it to be all of 7. So when they come through here, you have the fog brand. And then we have a door. And then this is the boss room right here. Let me go back to the work area for you. This is the boss room here. This is where the fogstone is. This is where Decapitus is, our Headless Knight. This is the door he's going to go through. We have a fog brand on this side. If you don't remember, these are the fog brands. They're the ones made of wax and armor. Pretty dangerous creatures. This got a big build on it. Big build, okay? This is going to be the Twisted Train skimmer room. So I think from like this crack in the floor forward, it dips down into there. And then back here, there's a gurgling drain. And then it comes back up into the room here. And they use this to come out and skim for bones and hair off the top to make candles in the workshop. And then this is the fog wax workshop. I got some quick art generated for it. So this is like dripping blue wax cauldrons. And then the fog wax, the description is, Fog Wax Workshop is a haunting domain of the Fogstone, a monstrous entity that uses living beings in a gruesome ritual. It immerses its victims in burning wax, their agonizing end fueling the creation of an omnipresent fog. This fog not only fills the room, but also serves as a chilling network of gateways for the Fogstone to traverse. The air is heavy with the scent of hot wax and eerie silence, broken only by the occasional echo of a distant, muffled scream. Beware, for the Fogstone is not just a harrier. What is it? Harrier? Just a barrier to sight, but also a sign of the Fogstone's horrifying presence. So this is the creature that we made for this room. And then that is actually this room here. And then it goes out here, and this is an exit. And then for those who don't remember, this is the Fogstone. Very powerful boss creature, morale 12, extremely tough, 15 hit points, not running from you, minus D6 armor. He's got the Mad Fog Lair, the workshop. We're going to change this to the new name that we have, which is the Fog Wax Workshop. And he's got the hair gun, whole bunch of stuff. Whole bunch of crazy stuff you can do. But what they told me to show you is this thing. In room 5, we have the Cobblestone Asphyxiator. We thought you might like this one, Serving Hands. We thought you might like this one. This is the creature. It's this huge thing that hides up in the stone. It's got slate shale fingers. It's hollow on the inside. It's like a stone carapace, and it drops down on a head and grapples you and slices at you till it can separate your head and take it with it. For our knight, it steals the head he's carrying. So he's pretty tough. Pretty fucking tough. So I'm excited for him to be used. And he, if Decapitus goes north, he'll run into this as well. So I'm hoping he goes north. I really am. So this is the short version of those. I want to do a quick look through our cards here and see if there's anything else we should play this evening. We did a doubled-sized Twisted Terrain. I want to up this Twisted Terrain. I want this to be a really good environmental hazard piece. Oh, hi, new terrifying friend. Yes. So let's do... How many DRs do we have? Let's do a DR. We're use Star Drews. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do 2. We're going to do Star Drew. And we're going to do Serving Hands. And we're going to up the difficulty rating to this thing to a 13. Okay? So we're going to do DR times 2. So we're going to use both of those. Because I want it to be a difficult room. I don't want it to be easy. Because I love the visual of the terrain. I also think we're going to give them a new item in this room. I think they have a chance to find a head. Because remember, the decapitated knight could put a head on. And there's a good chance he's going to lose one doing this. So let's do a new item. Okay. And we're going to do Kyle 49 for this one. Right. And then we're going to go down here. And this is going to be called the Boiling Skimmer. DR13 or take 1d8 damage. We're also going to give it the Swimming Skimmer. The room is full of water and floating sinew? What is it? Froth. Floating froth from the boiling remains. Froth is another one of those words people don't like, right? Boiling remains. On a sorry, it'd be a, is it agility in this game or dexterity? Trying to remember. Let me pull up the Capitus. Agility. And he's bad at it. Even better. Even better. So we're going to go down here. And I'm going to put ADV. I'm a 13. It's a second ability, so it goes down 1. ADV 12 or be pulled to the drain. The gurgling drain. There we go. The gurgling drain. And deposited in the boss room. The Fogstone room. So the Fog Wax Workshop's Blue Essence Wax Tank. We're going to dip him. If he fails this roll, we're pulling him all the way to the boss room. Because everything should lead to that. I think this is a factory that funnels all the gathered parts and pieces and brings them to the workshop to make things. So I think on failures, it should move you towards the boss. I mean, we want to kill him, right? So that's the swimming skimmer. So the first one we put out was this one. This is the rolling, the boiling essence. Boiling essence. Look it up, my stat block guide. Boiling essence, DV 13. Take D8. This is when it attacks every round. And then this is the skimmer, which goes through. I think this is a room event. And I'm going to say you have to roll this to move through the room. Roll to ADV 12 to move through the room safely. Done. That's awesome. Loot. I think we should have random loot in here. I think we should have random head for the random head. All right, everybody. I want to make, to close our show out, a random head table. Not that kind of head. Creature head. I want to make a random head table that we can use to generate possible abilities for heads that the creature that he finds. And I think they should be of things in that level. So every area should have its own random D6 head table for the Headless Knight. Because we got to make cool mechanics for the interview as well, besides just murder. But I think one of the heads is dangerous. What do you all think? What do you think about that? And look at these. I think it could be great. Location, room number is 7. View, location, room 8. Okay? All right, location, room 8. Location, room 8. So what I need to do is we're going to back out. And we're going to go... I have a random scroll tables already for the witch. I have those. I'm going to back out. You guys can still see this, right? Yeah, you can see all of it. What you do is you go into the corpse talk one, and then you can make actions that can be pulled in. So we're going to go here, and we're going to put... we're going to do a table. And we're going to do... fog...
No pain,
head
no
table.
gain.
All right? Use this... Use to roll for random items and heads found in a room of the fog, the mad fog dungeon. All right. We're just going to do a D6 table. I don't think it needs to be more than that to start. We can always add on to it. And then we can add these. Maybe we'll do... I want to do a D66 because it's just for one area. So I think we have a wax covered. Wax covered. What do we want to put here? Let's see if we got some different music. I don't want the synth stuff. I want like more metal. More metal. We'll go back to this one. Wax covered backpack. Satchel. Bag. Wax covered bag. Storage bag, right? What am I doing? What are you using to hold all of the creation info? What do you mean? Oh, this app? This is Alchemy Online. It's a TTRPG virtual tabletop. Yeah. They are a sponsor for EFP. There you go. They're going to be hitting out of their beta into version 1. Hopefully the end, maybe it was end of January or end of February they'll be hitting it. Super customizable. I'm using the Mork Borg set, but there's a ton of different games that they have options for. I'm going to be doing a walkthrough on how to use Alchemy here to record. Sounds like a knockoff a Carhartt bag. A wicker basket. That's not a bad idea. Wicker, a wicker basket with 1d8 plus 3 silver. And remember, the knight is got an aversion of gold. And then I think we do a weapon. Oh. Hold on. I do have something else we can look at for inspiration. Where are you at? Do I not open it? Hold on here. I have something we can use for inspiration in PDFs. Give me a sec here. Let's pull the Acrobat up. Let's move the map. Where are you at? I'm going to close these ones because we don't need the strange right now. Here we go. View display single page. View display single page. Oh, it's just one page. That's why. Well, we'll blow it up and we'll just scroll over. They have 100 trinkets to give us ideas. This is pretty cool. Someone roll me a D100. Let's see what we get on here. We'll redress it for the Mad Fog dungeon. So someone give me a D100. I just want to point out that 100. Yeah, I zoomed in. I just realized that 100 is a child-size Iron Maiden. 100 is a child-size Iron Maiden. Got a 9. A piece of moldy bread. Okay. I have an idea to make this worse. I'll say half loaf of moldy what is, we need a good word here. We need to look up what is the foam at the top of boiling chicken stock called? Soup scum. That is the name of it. More politely, impurities. A loaf of moldy, a half bread loaf of moldy scum. It's going to be the stuff that they bring off the top. They're making food for people. They're only feeding them the impurities. 1d2 dv 13 damage if eaten. Oh, they'll see that. Oh, we're rolling it though. They don't know. They can't see it. And then we need the head. Actually, I lied. I'm going to do a couple more. I want to do 8. I want to do more. Let's do 2d6. Fuck it. And this can be 2d6, and this is a result of 2. You can't get a result of 1. It's 2 to 12. I just want to delete this 1. You know what I mean? That means I have to do this. I have to weight these again. Hold on, everybody. Not hard. Done. All right. Yeah, I don't want a double result. Fuck that. Let's give him a head. Let's give him a wax-dipped head. What power do we want to give the wax-dipped head? Reduce. 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 Fog stone chance by 1. If they carry it, that normally. So for those who are later to the show, we made it so that the fog stone can show up at a 6. We've always had, right? The candle makes it a 4, 5, and 6. And then if a fog brand is there, it's a 3, 4, 5, and 6. They're carrying a wax dipped head. That'll reduce it by 1. I like that. I think a 12 is a gun. We haven't had a firearm in the game. It's not something we've done. I think it's important to have because we have the bad guy has one. So let's go to the firearm rules here. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Someone roll me a D12 on a 12 we pick. We want a 12. It's water repellent. We want a D12. We're going to make a weapon for him. A gun. I love the idea of a black powder for him. Let's see what we get. A 1. They get a pistolet. Simple. Nothing else special. Pistolet. One-handed D6. Pistolet. I think this one is going to be 10 black. Sorry, 10 powder shots encased in wax. And then instead of 10, someone give me 2d6 to determine how many shots there are. 2d6. Let's see what we get. $2d6. Just testing it. It's fine. As if we can... Let's see how many shots that he has. 11. So 11 powder shots. Now we need some other drivel dumb stuff. We need something that's gold. Because gold hurts him. And he has a version of gold. What would be gold? Hang on. Let's do the gold wick snuffers. For those who didn't see this, have you ever seen these before? This is a real thing they use to snuff wicks out. So I've decided that they're in the game. Oh shit, you guys can't see it. Hold on here. Gold whiff snuffers? Or I want to make one of these gold. But large. Like a big one. And you put like someone's head in it. Or hand or something like that. But make it gold. Like a relic. Not fucking wild. Jen, have you ever seen these before? Have you ever seen ancient wick snuffers? They look like scissors. Fucking weird. Jen knew what they were. I didn't know what they were, but of course Jen knew. Jen said I like weird shit. I'm gonna say large ornate gold wick snuffers. And I'll say they do a D8. Pretty dope. Okay, we got 3 more slots to fill. What does this one say? Give the knight crossbow? No. A possible crossbow? We can do that. Crossbow. Made of hair and bone. Let me pull up Morkborg here. Alright. And then let's take a look at what damage is for those. I'm going to pull up Morkborg's core book. Let's see here. Morkborg English. We want it in regular page display. So let's go to weapons. And also we want single page display, single page. Let's find our weapons here. Let's find our weapons. Did the wick snuffers chop off his head for... Maybe? Someone stole his head. He originally had the head of creation, which now the bad guy has. Who is like redoing everything. Or remaking the world in his aberrational image. So is crossbow on here? See a bolt. A bow. Crossbow. Here we are. Crossbow. It is a D8. Presence. And we'll say 10 bolts. We'll give him 10 bolts. All right. There you go. Crossbow on the board. Crossbow on the board. So now what do we got? We got 2 more left. What else could we do that is fun for a fog? A fog, wax-based area. We have dipping cauldrons. We basically made a double boiler room. Maybe an explosive? No. I'll say wicks. I'll just say wicks. D6 wicks. Because there's going to be tons of them around. Hair wicks. To fit the style. We got one more. One more thing. Snuffer Scissors brought to you by the makers of Crash Milk and Robot Water. So there's a character in League of Legends. Hold on here. Let me find her. She is... I was imagining this character for some reason in my brain. Hold on, let me pull her up for you. I was imagining her. This is Gwen. She's like a doll person. She has giant scissors. And I was imagining these scissors being those wick scissors. But gold. Why don't they have any of her with gold scissors? She has like pins and stuff. She's like a doll person. Right? That's a picture I always think of. So, anyway, I was thinking of those giant ones being part of that. We got one more thing. We need something odd, something fun, something that's mundane. Ooh. I have an idea. This is bad. We're going to move this spot. We're going to move this here. And this is going to be a demon card. So I have a deck of cards. If I pull up this PDF for you all. This card from Skeleton Key Games has a bunch of random monsters. And you see the last page for instructions. So basically it's a demon deck from Skeleton Key Games. It has monsters. What if he has a card that can summon one of these monsters and with a presence check, they work for you for X amount of rounds? What do y'all think? We need to see how many there are in the deck. So hold on here. Let's do this. Page display. Yeah, count them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's 12 of them. Demon card. Roll 2d6. Right? 2d6 is 12 possible outcomes? No. 2d6 is technically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 outcomes. Oh. Well, we'll do it anyway. That way. 2d6. Draw from deck. I'll print these out and make a deck. Let me make a note. All right. I mean, sometimes. So this is the table, right? And this is the roll. There's options in here. Default GM action. No. Add this action for all NPCs. So what I'm going to do is make it to during the show. I want to have audience members, I think, roll this. But we need to test it. So now we have the Foghead table. So now we're going to go back to our table. Back up here. And we're going to go to here. And join in. And it loads up everything. And you can see the animated backgrounds again. Pop this. But for me now, if I go to GM actions and I add an action, right? So if I put in fog, technically speaking, boom, here it is. And we add it. So now, if we click this, you can use it. And it rolls it over here. Pretty dope. We made it that easily. You can also edit it. So during the show, if I want to showcase it, I could go here and just tell people to roll 2d6. And then we can just look at it. Pretty simple. Right? Pretty simple. And we could use a d12 during our show. So, I mean, I guess I could just write down that it's 12 entries. And then we could just do a d12 during the show. Doesn't really matter. We can do a d20 and weight it and divide it by 12. That's pretty easy too. Because some of these we may not want him to have. But this allows him to draw from a card that's left over. That's pretty good, everybody. We cranked out stuff. Now, with that said, we leave all of this active. Because this back here will be for tomorrow's show. This one should be hidden. Right? Because he's by himself. This should be hidden. Because they can't see this back here. Which is the infested corpse. They are fighting against the Fog brand, which should be shown. This is another one of those ones that we need to duplicate. So let's do that before we go live tomorrow. So we're as prepped as we can be. Let's go back to here. And I'm going to hide everything because I got to invite him to the board tonight so he can look at his character. And then the last thing we get to do as a group is we get to give, he's bringing 4 treasury items, so we got to give him 4 items. And we're going to roll them because. Just fucking because. So let's grab the Fogstone is there. I duplicated this character. So I need this one to be deleted. This one to be deleted. And then we'll add them back in. So we will add this one here. So that's the first fog brand. Where's our second fog brand? And then we'll add the hidden fog brand behind this wall. All right, everybody. Now for the fun part. So Decapitus. Oops, that's me. It's not Decapitus. We are viewing this. This is Decapitus. He's the knight that people have access to when we go to play. We're going to go like this. And we have to do his items. He has equipment. So currently has a backpack, heavy armor, spinal whip, a blasphemous head, which is Rob Schwab's head, and a boot. The boot is now gone because he gave it to the woman. Remember? If you saw that episode, he gave it to the mother in the other room. So we're going to close this. And we are going to... How do I remove this from his inventory? Description. Delete. There we go. All right, so we got to add items. So we're going to add items. We're going to do random rolls for his items. So let's go back to the Mork Borg table, everybody. And we are going to do random items for him. Someone give me a D100. D100. Just one boot, one Nike. Remember, he presented it to the mother. And he fucking got away with it, which was absolute garbage to me. But hey, I don't make the rules, man. That's not true. I enforce them. So give me a D100. This is going to be the first item he gets. And we'll add it in. Trinket. And then I will show you all the stuff that he is bringing to the show. A 99. You're kidding me. Serving hands. He finds there. He has 2 severed hands. Custom. 2 severed hands. I'm gonna make him do something that allow for 2 more items to be carried. To be at the ready. So the 2 hands that you put on your side that just hold objects. Because it's I gift you hands. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Go back in. All right, so we did that one. So now let's go to the book. I'm gonna close this one. We're gonna go to the book, the rule book. If we scroll to... Is it the back that has it or the front? I never remember. Hold on here. It must be the front of the book. It looks like it's the front of the book. Okay. Give me a D10? Yeah, give me a D10. 1 D10. See ya, Amalith. If you got something else you want me to add for map, let me know. I got something fun to talk to you about later. What do we got here? D10. There you go, Star True. Thank you. A 10. Anyone wearing this ancient blindfold becomes invisible to those who breathe through the undead attack. Breathe. Though the undead attack them obsessively. Ooh. Okay. We're making a new one. Blindfold. This is important. This is a magical item, technically speaking. Occult? It's an occult treasure. Oh, occult. Oh, occult treasure. Description. Okay, so let's grab. We're going to highlight the invisible part so they think it's super important. Because it kind of is, but not really. All right, there we go. Done. Okay. All right. But undead in the area attack him. There's so many undead. This is perfect. Okay. The next thing, we need one more. So let's go to another one. Let me grab this table. Give me a D66. D66. This will be another equipment piece for him. D66. Oh, cult. Oh. Oh, not oh. Oh my god, it's a cult. Oh my god, it's a cult. See? Oh my god, it's a cult. See, it just sounds better than a cult. There's a cult here. Oh my god, there's a cult. Sounds way better than there's a cult here. I'll make the rules. I'll make the rules. A 1? What does it say? A what and a 1? I can't read it. I gotta move this up. Move up. There we go. 3 and a 1. 31. Map to a weak but wealthy family house. Let's change this up. Let's change this up. Let's add a map to a wealthy special. I'm just gonna put special map. I'm gonna mark it in this dungeon, so he wants to go get it. You know what I mean? A map to a wealthy merchant's buried body, which means the head could be of value to the Headless Knight. Now we're going to give him a driving force on where to go. I'm going to say room. Should we mark the room with the thing that steals heads? Hold on. I think it was room 7, if I remember correctly. I'm going to go like this. Bump it down. And we're going to go boom, boom. Room 7. Marked. This is so rude. Is it room 7? It is room 7. Oh, that's the poison room. Shit. Room 5. Room 5 marked. Room 5. So we're going to mark room 5. Okay, all right, everybody. Here we go. So we added these in. Equipment. We're going to go down here. It is room 5, yeah. Yeah, you are correct. So now we're leading him just to get his head taken. I didn't tell him his items were going to be good. I told him he would just get items. So we did 2 severed hands, a blindfold, a special map. We got to do one more item. One more item for him. Let's do... Give me another D100. Let's do this again. This one's fun. Give me another D100. It is a Frank House dilemma. Let's get one more off this table. And we can turn it into something fun. What can ever go wrong? Are you happy with that? Is usually my line to everybody when I give a dilemma out. Are you happy with that? Are you happy with that? 97. A black sack with a cat's heart. Well, that's fucked up. What do we turn that into? All right, let's go back over. Black cat with a sack with a black cat's heart. Let's do black sack. I'm going to put black sack holds a cat's beating heart. Can be used for one omen. No, you go because he gets an omen for each one. Can be used to recast a scroll. There you go. Can be used to recast a scroll. Because remember, at the end of this, he has to decide who gets this. So he only gets to give one item besides the items marked. So we're going to go like that. We're going to go like this. And we're going to look at him one more time. And I remembered I wanted to do this last time. Under his equipment, his backpack, his heavy armor, his spinal whip, his blasphemous head. So these three items are core. These items are not. So I am going to mark. I wish there was a way to mark them core. I'm just going to do this. Core. Just so that we know they are core items for him. And when he looks at them, when he goes, oh, what's core? I can tell him it's a core item. You always have this item. It was something I wanted to do a while ago. Because they are his items. All right. So that's everything, everybody. This is all the items, this is everything. I can now invite Brian to the board. Assign Decapitus to him. And then we should be good to go for tomorrow's show. Everybody, we kind of crushed it today. Like, we created... Let's go to the parties here. Let's go through the list. We created... have them all hidden. So we have our new headless... or our head stealer here. So we have our new head stealer. The asphyxiator, who normally would just asphyxiate someone and steal their head. Created him today. Tons of names on this one as well. Can't wait to use him. We have a map leading to that room, hoping we get to use it tomorrow. And the next room over here, we added our new cursed candle. This cursed candle of Avenal, which is going to be the name of the world prior to the head being taken from the night, the head of creation, to change the land into this aberrational horror. This cursed candle of Avenal is made. There is a bunch of people's names on here already. Trickster, Star Drews got added tonight, and Serving Hands. This one is powerful. It reduces the chance, so basically adds 2. So what was a 6 is now 4, 5, and 6 for the Fog Hound to join. Or not Fog Hound. The Fog Stone to join. Love that. We trapped this room last time with jars so that this gentleman, the Wick Bone, can hear. So this Wick Bone here is we're going to have a huge thing involved. I'm excited for this. On top of that, the candle summons our new monster, which is the new Wax Dipped. Wax Dipped have like a permanent grin on them. They're carved in wax. Their bones are blackened and bleached in color from being boiled, I would assume, and blackened from paint. And there's a chance that their bones go off like a random fucking scroll. It's a 1 in 6 chance. So its spine is charcoal black wand, a random unclean power when used, 1 in 6 chance that it explodes for 3d6 damage so they can cast a spell. So they're like a candle you light that casts a spell, these people. This is going to be brutal. Lots of names on this one as well. On top of all of that, if we scroll down to here, we have our first random encounter for this area. Ivana, she's amazing. She wears wicker armor. She sells scrolls. All this kind of merges together well for what we're trying to do. And then, of course, we have our new trap. This is disgusting. This is maybe one of the grossest things we've made, and it makes me very, very happy. Very, very, very happy. The skimmer room is a room that steps down with a double boiler in it with boiling water up to about their waist. There is the scum on the top from the people who are being boiled so they can collect the hair and the parts that are left over to create candles out of them. Scum candles? Oh my God, the essence of scum. That sounds like a horrible new Goop product. Am I wrong? Think about it for a second. On Goop, we believe in using scum to create the essence of scum candles. Burn one near you today for a spell. Like, it's so gross. I love it. On top of all that, we have put a whole bunch of cards down. We have a few left for the next time. Tomorrow, we're going to be interviewing Brian Collin from Vastgrim. I do want to showcase what he's bringing to the show for all the lovely people who showed up to be a part of our creature creation. So let me quickly pull up the things that he's bringing to close our show out tonight. So our questions for Brian, let me get these pulled up. CT, questions for guest. And I'll just put Brian. So he is, let me go back to this thing for us. Yeah. So first off, obviously, the Vastgrim core rulebook. This is the first thing that's getting added in. I have a physical copy here. It's the same size as Morph Borg. I'm pretty excited for people to get their hands on this. This book is gorgeous. This is going to be a part of it here. That's the first thing that's in the treasury. Very first item. The second item is the Crawling Death Below the Dying Forest, which is this here. This isn't out yet. There's a video here in chat, which I will happily share. And you all can check out this interview or review of the book. This is the Crawling Death Below the Dying Forest. It's inventory management. Really cool book that came out. I have this as well. This is a great piece on how to do inventory management, run a whole bunch of new. It's a 48-page hardcore book, rules for randomly generating the crawl, 4 adventure hooks, 10 rumors, 12 creatures, 3 factions, NPCs, 6 scrolls, 6 traps, 5 relics to use the dead table, 4 infections, and a treasure table. It's an ever-shifting dungeon crawl. That's the next thing that's going in. After that, we have Molt. This is not out yet. This is a pre-order. It starts delivering, I think he said, in February. Molt is the new one. It is a, for Morph Borg, an evil layer that lies at the planet's core. This is also coming out. You're welcome to check out Molt as well. And then last, and this is, I'll be honest, this is the thing I think I want out of all these, maybe it's because I have everything else. He is an amazing artist, and he's doing an Astro Zombie metal art print that he's giving one away of for the treasury. This one's going to get drawn by itself. 100% not going to be part of the package, but it is a shiny piece. Let me mute it. As you can see, as he moves up, it's like those disc plates. And he's bringing this. It's 11/17 print. I want this so bad. I want this so bad. I think this is an absolutely gorgeous piece. So that's getting entered in as well. That's one more piece getting thrown into it as well. So that's the 4 objects that he's bringing with Vastgrim, obviously, along with this. This is the book that he made with him and one other person. All the graphic design, art, and all that stuff is done by them. It's published by Infinite Black. This is an amazing piece. If you're interested in Vastgrim as well, we'll give you a link for that. These will obviously all be on the show tomorrow, too. So with that, let me go back. Let's close this show out with some style. I had to play this. So everybody, thank you so much for joining us for another creature creation. We're going to be doing this again this month with our next guest that's coming on later this month. I will be on tomorrow with Brian Collin at 8 p.m. CST. I hope you guys are as excited as I am for a new interview. We're going to be diving into the depths of the Mad Fog dungeon And I have a feeling that he probably won't make it very far because Chris left him in a pretty shitty situation and getting ready to fight some dangerous creatures. And if he gets that map and he looks at the map on his body, he's going to find out the hard way that it leads to death. That's it for me over at Eric Frankhouse Presents. For another creature creation, my creeps, will be back tomorrow, 8 p.m. If you're watching this later, there's two things to click. Probably one's the previous interview. The other one's going to be a subscription. I hope you enjoyed the show, and I'll close this out with a little Laura Babick covering one of my favorite covers. This is so good. Have a great night, everybody.